What's going on, guys? Everett here, and we are about a third of the way through the 2025-2026 LegaVolley Femminile season, so we are going to break down the top American performance in Italy this year. First up at number 6, we have former Penn State and Maryland standout Erica Pritchard. Now, Erica last year played for the Grand Rapids Rise in the PVS, and this year is a starter for Cuneo in the LVF, and she's already made her mark in a number of ways this season for the Italian club. Not only has she scored 84 points in 7 matches while averaging 3.36 points per set, but she also had an absolute monster game earlier this season, helping Cuneo upset last year's Champions League finalist Scandicci 3-0. And in that match, she led her team with 13 points in attacking, going 13 for 27, while adding 6 blocks for a total of 19 points and the MVP. And now Cuneo has surprised a lot of people this year and is currently sitting 6th with a record of 4-3. Next up at number 5, we have NCAA champion and Stanford alum Kendall Kipp. After playing the backup role for Vakif Bank in Turkey last season, Kipp has stepped into the starter's role and has been a bright spot for her team this year. She currently leads her team with 107 points so far this year while sitting 15th overall in league scoring, and she's also averaging 3.96 points per set. But also, her biggest numbers are coming up against the biggest teams in the league. She just dropped 20 versus Conegliano in week 7 and also had a 23-point performance in a 5-set loss to Novara back in week 4. Now, if Kendall could get some scoring support from her left sides, Bergamo might be able to pull themselves out of the 1-6 hole they've fallen into to start this year and make a mid-season playoff push. At number 4, we have a journeywoman who has worked her way up to the best league in the world by racking up awards literally everywhere she's played. Jaelyn Keene has won the Best Middle Blocker award in Austria, in Finland, in France, in Germany, and it doesn't look like she's showing any evidence of slowing down now that she's here in Italy. Suiting up for Cuneo this season alongside Erica Pritchard, the former Illinois Redbird leads all LegaVolley Femminile middles in kills this year and is tied for number 1 in points. She has 74 kills this year and is averaging 2.64 kills per set. Keene is also second in the league with a 0.57 kill percentage and a 0.550 efficiency. Now, she's also third in her Cuneo team in scoring, which has been a huge piece of their early season success. Next up at number 3, we have a former Kentucky Wildcat and Baylor Bear standout Avery Skinner. And now Skinner is no stranger to the pressures of the LVF, having spent 2 seasons as the centerpiece of the Chieri offense. But this year, having been picked up by Scandicci, last year's Champions League finalists, the stakes have gotten a lot higher. Skinner has been brought into one of the best teams in the world to be an anchoring point opposite of Katarina Antropova, one of the best opposites in the world, and she's done basically just that. She's been their number 2 offensive option all season long, and they're second in scoring, averaging 3.55 points per set this season while hitting a 0.457, which is third best amongst left sides and has a 410 efficiency, which is second best amongst left sides in the league. Being the best outside on the second best team in the league means you're going to see a lot of serving targets, and that's exactly what Skinner has seen this season, and she's been up to the task. She's upped her passing game from a 0.276 last year to a 0.303 this year and has been really strong for Scandicci so far this year. Consistency is the name of the game, and Skinner's consistent presence is a big reason why Scandicci is 7-1 and in second place this season. And with recent wins over both Milano and Novara, Scandicci is already looking like one of the best teams in the world heading into the Club World Championships and the Champions League. Now, after 2 seasons of polishing her game with the best team in the world, Khalia Lanier has stepped into the spotlight this year for Milano. Last season's LegaVolley Femminile silver medalists went through a lot of changes this summer, and Lanier was brought in to fill the shoes of none other than Miriam Silla, so you could say that expectations are sky high for the former USD Trojan. And by all metrics, the USA national team outside has lived up to those expectations. She's been an absolute rock for a tumultuous Milano team who has had some big highs and some pretty big lows this year. She's second in team scoring with 108 points while averaging 3.37 points per set. Lanier has brought some really good balance to Paolo Agonu on the right side. But most importantly, it's how she's scoring. Her .461 hitting percentage is second among LVF outsides, while her forehand efficiency is third in the league. For anyone who's ever watched Lanier play, these numbers shouldn't come as a huge surprise. She's always been a really good scorer. But what might come to a surprise is the way she's been passing the ball. Lanier has been rock solid in reception this year, and amongst starting outsides, she's one of the best. Her perfect passing rating is up from a .300 last year to a .387 this year, and has almost doubled her passing efficiency from a .160 to a .290. This improvement in her game was most felt at the Supercopa, where Lanier posted a .750 positive passing rating and a .50 perfect passing rating on 28 targets, helping Milano upset Conegliano, who lost their first Italian trophy since 2018, thanks in part to the play of Khalia Lanier. Now, Milano might have started this year only 5-3, but everyone knows with Paolo Agonu and now Lanier on the left side, this is a team that could make a long run and even challenge for the title at the year's end. Now, coming in at number 1, Amber Igiede has been one of the biggest impact players in the LegaVolley Femminile this season, and I don't think it's a stretch to say that she's been the best middle blocker in the league this year in Italy. Not only is Igiede the top scoring middle in the LVF this season, tied with Jaelyn Keene with 87 points, she's also been statistically the best scoring middle in Italy as well, hitting a league high .612 with a 580 efficiency. That's sky high for anyone in any position. She's tied for 5th in league blocking with 16 blocks while averaging .59 blocks per set, and has been the most efficient serving middle this year with 8 aces and only 5 errors. But more impressively, she's also led Novara in scoring. Having a middle be your top scorer in any league of volleyball is very, very rare, but it's even rarer when your team is full of all-stars. When you have a roster full of players like Britt Herbots, Mayu Ishikawa, and Lena Alsmeyer, you don't expect a middle to be your leading scorer, but that's exactly what Amber Igiede has done this year. Now, unfortunately for Novara and their fans, their best player through 8 matches this season is already done her season in Italy. Right? Igiede was signed only for the first few matches of the season to cover the injury to Bayern's, and is already headed back to the USA to play in League One in 2026. That being said, though, there's no doubt that Igiede made her name for herself in Italy and with fans around the world in just a short time this year for Novara. And that wraps up our top 6 American players so far in the LVF season. What do you think? Do you agree? Disagree? Let us know in the comments below. And if you haven't yet, join us over on the Volleyball Source Discord, the best online volleyball community in the world. Thanks. We'll see you soon.